All right, what's going on, guys? It is Friday, November 19th, I believe, and I'm headed home from work. It's always nice when it's a Friday. But in truth, every day of the week is just a day, and it doesn't really make sense to live for Fridays or live for the weekends. I do not follow that belief anyways. So I wanted to check in and talk quickly about some of the stuff that's been on my mind this week. One of the things that I've been thinking a lot about as I have been working in a new place, new environment, is how the people who you work with influence you. And generally speaking, I think it's safe to say that we are influenced by the people around us. But it's the next step that I'm not so sure about. Logically, if the people are toxic, negative, skeptical, and maybe very fixed in their approach to learning, then you could argue that it's not a very good place to be. I'm wondering if you can use some of those states of being to remind you how you in fact want to be different. And I think it's maybe a alternative way of looking at doing something. And there's another important piece to this that I want to talk about as well. But there's a rule, a concept, that you are the average of the 5 people whom you spend the most time with. And I think it's a pretty safe rule, because it generally means that if you put yourself around good people, then you're gonna be lifted up. And that is a fantastic rule, because it encourages the right thing, which is changing your environment. Now, without going to the extreme, because there certainly are extreme environments where simply being there and disciplining yourself is maybe not possible. However, there are many cases of hardship in younger years that has led people or a person to develop very unique expertise. You know, think of any movie that has ever portrayed a child growing up in a very troubled home and being tossed around, having a lot of bad things happen in their lives, and still manages to identify something that they can be amazing at. And because of their position, they decide to put everything into that. And because of that, they become experts. But more than that, they become world-renowned experts. For some reason, expert just doesn't have the ring to it that I was hoping for. So I think that's a really powerful place to be in. And it requires that the person in the position have the belief, adopt the belief, that they are not a victim of their environments, that they are not going to allow their environment to hold them back, because sometimes you can't change your environment very easily. And there may be conflicting reasons. Say you want to be there because in work anyway, lots of people rely on a paycheck for living. It's a different conversation, but I think that's valid. And at one point, hopefully, you chose your job because you saw yourself loving it. I mean, I know that's true for me. I'm where I am now because I love what I do to some extent. It's not all fun and games, for sure. It's very hard work, but it's also extremely rewarding and a rich environment to be learning in. So, on the other side of the coin, construction definitely has the reputation for being somewhat unhealthy, very slow to change, kind of where people who couldn't figure out how to be white collar come and they work. People who potentially didn't go to get a degree of some kind, and these are all stereotypes that many are, they don't all hold water, so to speak. So just know that I'm kind of trying to paint a picture, but not necessarily stating the truth. Because those people do exist in construction. They absolutely do. My thought and my point here is that I think those people would exist wherever they are, regardless of what they do. And I think they would very much be similar, no matter what they did. And so that's an important piece because it puts the power in the people. You can change no matter where you are, and you as a person, if you don't realize how to change, are going to be unhappy no matter where you are. Or not how to change, but how to develop yourself on who you are, basically, understanding who you are. So that's what I wanted to say. And that's it. I'm trying to keep it short on purpose, but going into the weekend, I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we're coming up on a holiday week. So if everybody out there, or if anybody out there, is celebrating those holidays, I hope that they all go well. Let me know in the comments what you think of this concept, environment, using that environment, or being victim of that environment. Share your experiences. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. I always appreciate that. Helps me and the channel. And yeah, subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next one.